Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be checking out an abandoned mail cart that has some of the saddest stories in the entire game. Stories so sad that it would probably even make a tough and rugged outlaw like Arthur Morgan cry. So in case you guys have never come across this before, it's literally like an abandoned mail wagon or cart. It's just sort of on the side of the road, and inside is a lockbox. We can actually find 5 letters here, and all of them have a very interesting and unique backstory and some really cool tales to tell. Now, in case you guys are wondering where this is, it's sort of in between the B and the E in Cumberland Forest. It's right below Fort Wallace. So in case you want to check this out for yourself, that's where it's located. So there's 5 total letters that we can get in here. The first is letter to Henrietta Douglas, which is a letter about the Whitehorn Hotel fire. And it says this: from New York City to Henrietta Douglas Tumbleweed. Miss Douglas, it is with great sadness I write to inform you of the death of your husband. You may have read in the newspapers about the tragic fire that occurred at the Whitehorn Hotel here. As residents gathered to watch the St. Ignatius Day parade, a few people began to cry out as smoke emerged from windows on the second floor of the hotel. Within 30 minutes, the entire building was engulfed in flames, and those on the upper floors were trapped. Your husband's body was recovered the next day amidst the rubble. We are working with the local coroner to prepare his body for shipment to you. Please write back at this address on the envelope. With sincere sorrow, Jacob Sears. Wow, so that is incredibly sad. So this lady, Henrietta Douglas, who lives in Tumbleweed, never got word that her husband passed away, and she won't be able to prepare a proper funeral for him or ever receive his body. So if she ever does go back to New York, she's going to find out for the first time that her husband is dead. Again, a really sad tale right there. So that is the first letter. The second letter we're going to be diving into today is letter to William Arrington, which is a stern letter from an exasperated father. So it says this: Mr. William Arrington, 5 Rue de la Diligente, Saint-Denis, Lemoyne. Dear William, how aggravated I find myself to write your address on this letter. Not so long ago, I would have transcribed your residence at the finest college in the finest university in all of England. Now, well, what is this preposterous place? I am ashamed to even write its silly little name. Your gushing correspondence has not moved me so much as an inch. You write of great skies, beautiful lands, hard-working fellow citizens, and your own firm resolve. Had not England skies, is the land of your birth also not beautiful? If you were lacking in hard work, I could have remedied your predicament quite easily, and done so without sundering our family in this appalling way. Your mother still believes you are touring Italy. If you do not reply to this letter with assurances that you intend to come back, I shall tell her your return ship was lost at sea with all hands. That, son, is my own firm resolve. Do not test it. Your loving father. Wow. So I think what we have here is a father-son relationship. The son, William, has moved to the United States, Saint-Denis, Lemoyne in particular, and the father is not very happy about this. And he says, you need to return to England right now, or I'm going to tell your mother that your ship crashed and that you are dead. I mean, that is just really heartbreaking, the fact that this guy's mother would think that her son is dead, when in fact it's all a lie and he's living really happily in Saint-Denis. So again, a pretty tragic tale right there. That is our second letter. Our third letter is letter to the Saint-Denis Times-Tribune, a letter from Dorian Weatherby, Esquire. It says, Dear Sir, it has come to my attention that the habit of writing letters to newspapers has completely consumed my life. All I do all day is think about what I am going to say that is witty, pithy, and will impress people I do not know. I used to never care about being pithy. Now it has consumed my life. My once successful career as a fertilizer salesman is now but a distant memory. My life is now dominated by what others think of me. My vanity, pride, and self-absorption have become everything to me. Yet I never used to be this way. On the eve of a new century, I pray that mankind will emerge fresh into a better world, one less consumed by the poses, pretensions, and images that have obsessed him in the 19th century. I have many hopes for our species, but few for myself. Please destroy any future letters I send you without opening them. I am turning over a new leaf. Life as a seller of chemical fertilizer is far more fulfilling than this shadow life as a man who exists merely through the eyes of others. Yours faithfully, Dorian Weatherby Esquire. P.S. Note that in your last issue you misspelt my name. So this is kind of an interesting, quirky story. It seems this guy Dorian would write for newspapers, and he got tired of trying to make people laugh and make jokes, and he wanted to go back to his old life as a fertilizer salesman. But at the very end, that P.S., he says, you misspelled my name. So at the end, he still really cares about what this newspaper thinks. That obviously never got delivered. And that's the thing to note as well, that none of these letters ever got delivered because it's an abandoned mail cart. So no one ever got to see them except for Arthur. So that's our third letter right there. Our fourth letter is Letter to Judge Finley, a letter about a missing trial. And it says this: Judge Finley, dear sir, your honor, will you pardon me for addressing you? However, I am very ill, so much so that I am not in a condition to attend my trial. If it would please your honor, I would like you to send me to the poor farm or send me my release. I am the unfortunate victim of the morphine habit. Judge, your honor, you have discharged me on more than one occasion, and by doing so have exhibited great kindness. If you do so again, I promise I will go away and be a good girl in the future. Yours obediently, Gertrude Eastwell. So again, kind of a sad story here. This lady, Gertrude Eastwell, apparently is sick. She is on morphine, which I'm guessing she's having a relapse or something like that, and she can't make her trial. And she's trying to write to the judge to say if she can have another trial date. Well, obviously that's not going to happen because this letter never made its way to Judge Finley. And our final letter today, I think, is the most tragic and shines a light on the mystery of Emerald Ranch. It is Letter to Miriam Wagner, a letter from a loving cousin. It says, My dearest Miriam, I have decided that I would write you again because even though our world seems so far apart, these days I think of you often. New York is crowded and dirty, but so alive. It feels like anything is possible even for a country girl like me, and my biggest news that I have been cast in a Henrik Ibsen play. It's a small role, but now I can finally call myself a Broadway actress. Sometimes I do miss home though, the peace and the clean air, being able to take a ride at first light. I received a letter from Lily Millet a while back, and it appears that she is experiencing some financial difficulties. She was always very sensible with money, so I'm worried again that Weasel Cooper has her in her claws. She also mentioned that she has not seen you leave the house in months. I cannot even begin to imagine how painful it must have been for you to lose Joshua in such a horrific way, and I would never assume to instruct you on how to grieve. But I worry about you existing in such isolation. This must be the 6th letter I have sent to you with no response. Please let me know that you are all right, even if it's just the shortest of notes to tell me to mind my own business. You can tell me anything. Your loving cousin, Annabelle. P.S. Uncle Eugene, with the greatest of respect, if you are withholding my mail from Miriam, or dare I say, constraining her in any other way, I beg you to reconsider your actions. I know how much you love her, but please do not confuse love with possession. She is a beautiful, intelligent woman with so much life ahead of her. So this right here basically explains the mystery of Emerald Ranch. And if you're confused in any way, shape, or form about what's going on here at Emerald Ranch, I'll actually leave a video in the description that I did that covers this in way better detail. That goes actually into visiting Emerald Ranch, picking up strangers on the side of the road that tell us more details about the entire story, and much more. But essentially, long story short, Miriam has a cousin named Annabelle who is worried about her being trapped in the house, and she is blaming her uncle Eugene, who is the owner of Emerald Ranch. And a lot of people do not like this guy at all. So once again, if you're confused in any way on the backstory of Emerald Ranch, I'll leave a deep dive video I did on that in the description so you can actually check it out for yourself. But anyways, that right there is all the information I've got for you guys in this video today. Those are the 5 letters that you can find inside of the abandoned mail cart in Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, some really sad and tragic tales here that again, probably would make Arthur cry. As much as a tough and rugged outlaw as he is, they're just really sad stories. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Which of these 5 stories today that we went over did you think was the most interesting? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.